Non-picky eaters, what's one food you absolutely can't get behind? Let me know in the comments below. Those half-developed birds in the egg. Boiled silkworms, tried them in Cambodia, and from the name you'd expect them to be not great. But I was unprepared for how incredibly awful it was. Pickled pig's feet. There's only a tiny bit of actual meat in there. No way. Lutefisk. It is a terrible idea someone had here in Norway some centuries ago. You take a perfectly edible cod and dry it. So far, so good. You can still rescue the fish by making bacalao. Then, you follow up by soaking the fish, the very fish you just dried, in water for a few days. Finally, when the fish no longer thinks its remains can be further mistreated, you put it into a bath of lye, dissolved in water. The end process sees you with a swollen mess of a fish that's got a pH of 11 to 12, which is lethal. To make the damn thing edible, you need to soak it in water for over a week. This is, incredibly enough, considered a delicacy and is something many try to foist upon poor, unsuspecting tourists. Me? I think the fish has been through enough. No need to make it a participant in crimes against humanity as well. I just don't like organs. The texture of most organ meat is terrible. Eyes, brains, and genitals. Sure, it's arbitrary, but that's my line. I'm down to at least try eating anything else. Overly sweet desserts. Bitter melon. I don't care if it's good for you. It sucks. I can get behind grapefruit, to shove it off a cliff. Balut, durian, century eggs, fried spiders, etc. Have tried the first three and hated them. Refuse to try spiders. Nope. Fermented shark from Iceland. Brains of any kind. Not today, prions. I'm basically a garbage disposal. But just the smell of bananas makes me gag. I will not eat anything with banana in it. And before you ask, yes, that even includes banana bread. Meatloaf. But you'll like my mom's meatloaf. No, I don't like any meatloaf. Cottage cheese. It has the texture of vomit. Olives. I retry them every so often to make sure. I nearly vomit every time. I've eaten various bugs, organs, fermented things, and beyond. But fucking olives, man. Can't do it. I just, cantaloupe. No, but really, it's yuck to me. Natto. It's the soapy, sticky texture. Or anything with harissa. I just can't. Stinky tofu. It actually doesn't taste that bad, but dear lord, the smell is horrendous. Durian. Raw celery. Disgusting. And 100-year eggs. Liver. Balut. Raw pears. Literally the only thing I don't like to eat. Pears are the unholy love child born from a red delicious and a bag of sand. Red delicious are not high on my list of foods either. It's literally the least delicious and worst textured of all the apples. Seriously, whoever named that boring-ass flavorless apple deserves to burn in hell along with the guy that first cultivated it. Don't get me wrong, though. I'll still eat red delicious, no problems. I'll just die a little with every bite. Give me a pear and I'll take a bite to see if it still sucks. Which it always does. Before I proceed to toss it in the trash where it fucking belongs. Snails or oysters, Rockefeller. Blue cheese. Pickled eggs. Tomatoes. I wanna like them. They look like juicy apples, and one bite is enough for me to never try again. Even the different breeds. Sweet pickles. Absolutely disgusting and blasphemous. Tripe. Octopus, squid, it's a texture issue for me. Great flavor, though. Okra. Always slimy to me. Olives. Fuck olives. Flaming hot Cheetos. I simply don't like them. It's not even that they're too hot for me. I like spicy food, but I think they taste like plastic. Uncooked snails. Too dangerous. I feel the same way about things like medium rare chicken, or other things that will likely kill you if not actually prepared. Venison. I think it tastes great. And I'm totally not opposed to eating meat. But I got the worst food poisoning of my life from venison in December 2018. Never again. Foie gras. I eat anything. And have previously eaten foie gras. But the way they produce it is just so cruel to ducks, geese. This applies to most meat, I guess. So I don't eat that too often either. Intestines. Lima beans. Vienna sausages, bro, edit. Really any canned meat. As far as Filipino foods go, we have a dish called dinuguan, which translates to pig's blood. Gross. That and a street food we call balut, which is an enlarged egg with a chicken embryo face vomiting. Raw eggs. Oh my god. I don't know how people do it. Even with cooked eggs I'm picky, but raw? I could never. Peeps. Never understood the hype. Kale is yuck and should be relegated to buffet garnish once more. I really hate cilantro. It tastes like dish soap to me. Plain American cheese. Cilantro. I'm one of those bar of soap people. Raisins. Get those old grapes out of my face. Uni and snails are tied for first, innards of any kind would be second. Rocky Mountain oysters. Balut. I will try just about anything, but this is just too much. Raw oysters. Tastes and feels like a wet booger drowned in salty seawater, nauseated face. Any canned fish. Eggplant, nauseated face. Beetroot. I will eat anything. Never beets. For me it's kimchi. I'm Jewish, and I'll eat almost anything, but I hate gefilte fish, it's gross. Bamia. Middle Eastern dish. Or more specifically okra plant. It has tiny hairs like. Always triggers my gag reflexes. I can eat just about anything. The one thing that I'd never try again is raw sea urchin. Took me a full minute with a lot of Sprite to get it down. I don't recommend it. Avocados. Zucchini. I can eat everything but zucchini. Creamed corn shellfish. Mayo. Literally the only thing I won't touch. I've had pretty much every organ. Some very speculative seafood, alive and dead. As well as some of the crunchiest creepy crawlies. Mainly in stir-fries. Mayo is 10 levels worse than durian. Non-picky eaters. What's one food you absolutely can't get behind? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more.